Earlier promised, and joining me is Pastor Jack Ogeda, who is a climate champion working closely with Green Faith, a worldwide multi-faith climate and environmental movement. Welcome to Bottomline Africa, and thank you very much for joining. You're welcome. So straight from that story that we've just seen, Africa needs more money and more funding and tracking. But then on the other hand, there was just a leaked report that the BBC got a hold of, and it says that some of the wealthy nations are questioning paying more poorer states to move to greener technologies. So here we are, Africa, we need more money. On the other hand, the richer nations are questioning this. How do we go on?
I think even though the richer nations are questioning Africa, the truth of the matter is that Africa needs more money because Africa heavily relies on the climate. We rely on farming. And if there is a climate change, I think Africa is suffering more and they need more money. The only thing that I think also is as an issue is that we have not involved all the stakeholders in this climate change movement activity. Okay,
and by all stakeholders, what do you mean?
For instance, the religious persons have not been well incorporated and involved. I serve as a practicing clergy, and I know that there is no any meeting that my church is being called. I know that Interreligious Council of Kenya is really trying to do a lot to involve religious organizations, but we have not been involved quite a lot. And even policymakers, when they're making policies, they don't really consider that religion has a role to play as far as climate campaign is concerned.
This is a great day now that you're here with us. What is the role of religion when it comes to fighting climate change?
Actually, we, in all our Holy Script, if I talk of the Bible, for instance, which I believe in, the truth of the matter is that the Bible has given us a major role, a divine role as stewards of the environment. In my church, which I practice, Seventh-day Adventist Church, we believe in holistic philosophy. You know, we believe in holistic philosophy, and therefore we believe that God instructed humanity to dominate and subdue the earth. That means even the climate. And I think this part and this doctrine, which has been enshrined in most of the religions, it is not being promoted the way it should be promoted. Yeah.
All right. So then what's the next step? For example, what is your church doing about it? What is Green Faith doing about it? Have you started sort of implementing before we wait for the bigger picture to sort of come up?
Yes, I think we have started. Almost all denominations I know, Catholic, Anglican, Seventh-day Adventist Church, Baptist, all the Islam, Hindu, they have come up with a statement on climate. Already the statement is out. Probably what they need is also the finances, if I may say so, because our finances are not enough. The ones we generate as a church are not enough to move into climate campaign so that we can sensitize. But I think even before the finances come, the most important thing that we need to do is to sensitize our people. That there is a climate change and something can be done, and we can do it ourselves. We can drive it. For instance, Green Faith has now come up with circles. We are developing circles at the grassroots level so that we can sensitize our people to understand that they have issues on climate which they need to address, and they have that divine role to do it as stewards of the environment.
All right, just moving away from religion and climate change in general, the leaked document also shows that a number of countries and organizations are arguing that the world does not need to reduce the use of fossil fuels as quickly as the current draft of the report recommends. What are the implications of this?
Of course, we need to reduce it. There's a lot of implications for those who have been reading report published by the United Nations about climate change. You know that we are at 1.5 Celsius, which is not a very good report, and something needs to be done. And I think this is one of the places, one of the areas where science needs to understand that innovation can help us reduce it. We really need to do something about it here.
I like that you've mentioned science. Yeah. Mostly we talk about religion and then we talk about science as if they're two separate entities. How do we bring them together in order to fulfill such issues like climate change or solve issues that we're going through as the world in general?
Yeah, we need to, definitely we need to bring them together, because as a pastor, I believe that God has given us life. God has given us the knowledge, innovation, and all the things that we do, God has allowed us to do. And it is in there in the Bible. And I think that while science depends on experiment, we depend on faith.
Yeah.
So I think that for a long time, we have not had a meeting where we can be able to marry the two.
Yeah.
But I think we support science quite a lot. The church has so many hospitals. We have so many things, schools. We take our children to school. So we support it as religious people. And also science, those who are scientists need to understand us that we believe in God and nobody can do an experiment on God.
All right, so then how do we strengthen environmental governance?
Yes, we need to strengthen it by involving all stakeholders. At the moment, I think many people are left out. Many people are left out, and even in drawing policies, many stakeholders are left out. And I think for us to strengthen it, we need to involve other people also in drawing up our policies and all other things. And understand that this is one thing, in my own view, I believe we will not defeat until each and every person is involved.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And finally, what do you expect from the COP26 summit that is supposed to come up?
I expect that it is going to be a success compared to other meetings we've had, because I see there's a lot of goodwill from the richer nations. And as time goes by, I think people, including religious organizations, are being pulled. We are getting involved. Like recently, we are having so many activities, if you can see, and I want to believe that we are going to listen to each other at COP.
We hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Jack Ogeda, climate champion working closely with Green Faith, a worldwide multi-faith climate and environmental movement. Thank you for your sentiments.
Thank you so much.
All right, I want us to move on to Nigeria, where the World Food